I want to talk a little bit about the story of our life, or maybe just the components, I suppose, of sorts of the story of our life when we break it down into a particular sentence. We can think of the concept of an adjective, which is our state of being. We can think of the concept of verbs in terms of what we are doing at any given moment. And then we have the concept of a noun, which is the object that holds it all together. What I find is that where we get ourselves sometimes into trouble a little bit, or maybe more so where we define ourselves a little bit too rigidly, where we limit ourselves, is by being attached to a particular noun. So, for example, being attached to what type of employment that we're in, attached to our gender, our nationality, our ethnicity, our race, a sports team, a political party, whatever that is. This rigid attachment to identity often kind of boxes us in terms of our own expectations and our own assumptions in life, and it allows others to limit us as well when we identify so rigidly to particular nouns. And I think we do this because we don't really know who we are at our core. We don't really understand the I am presence within, the spirit within. Because if we did that, then we wouldn't really need to say, I am this, I am a teacher, I am a carpenter, I am non-binary, I am, Japanese, I am whatever. We wouldn't need to actually do that. Of course, these are parts of us, but they don't need to define us, and we don't need to attach to those definitions. Because really what we have is this concept of at any given moment, we are in a state of being. We are an adjective in the sentence of our life. And we are also always doing something. It doesn't really matter what it is we're doing. Whether we're speaking or teaching or healing or working the wood or doing whatever it is in life. These are that again is a snapshot, and that is the verb in the sentence of our life. So I find if we can just attach, I suppose, to the I am within, which is pretty much everything. So it's in many ways I suppose it's a form of non-attachment. Then we can not limit ourselves, and we can open up to the flow of our own lives and the flow of the universe. So rather than just boxing ourselves in, maybe we can try a little bit of non-attachment to identity, or identify ourselves as simply as spirit within, and leave it at that. And then let the universe show us the possibilities that are available to us. Anyway, these are just my thoughts for today.